Hello, my name is Dr. Bronwyn King. I'm a radiation oncologist from Melbourne, Australia, and the CEO of Tobacco Free Portfolios, an anti-tobacco group that started here and now has an impact all around the world, including in Sweden. I'm connecting with you today to talk for a moment about plain packaging legislation, which we have had in place here in Australia since 2012. I know that this is on the debate at the moment in Sweden, and I just wanted to share some reflections from the experience here in Australia. This legislation was debated for years and years through the highest levels of the Australian government and amongst the tobacco control community. And as the first country in the world to implement this legislation, you can imagine it was a very difficult discussion, and it took a lot of boldness and a lot of courage to make it happen. But since it has happened, there has been overwhelming community support, and three major things have happened. Number one is we have seen a dramatic decline of smokers in Australia. And of course, it's not just plain packaging that has done that, but plain packaging has added to the full complement of anti-tobacco measures that are in force in Australia. So we know it works. The second thing is there was an unintended benefit of this legislation, which was that because the packets look so terrible now, most smokers chose to, instead of place them on the tables at cafes or out where they were, they put them away and they hid them either in their bags or in their pockets. And that meant that Australian children no longer saw cigarette packets very much at all. And I have two boys. One of them was born in 2011, right at the end, and the other one was born in 2013. And I'm so happy to say that they virtually never see cigarettes in the community. They're just not around. So obviously we still do have some smokers, but those smokers tend to hide the cigarette packets, which means kids just don't see them. They hardly even know what they are. And finally, we have inspired other countries to do the same thing. So there's now more than 20 countries that have implemented plain packaging, or they have a date for implementation of plain packaging that's already been set. And we know that when we have a problem as big and as challenging as tobacco, every single element of tobacco control is important. You can't just do one thing, and we can't just as one country address this issue by ourselves. We need the whole world to learn from each other's experiences and to leverage those experiences and to turn them into benefits for their own countries. Ultimately, we can only fix the tobacco epidemic together. So I would strongly encourage you to seriously look at plain packaging. It has been a great step forwards in Australia, and we really hope that the people of Sweden can benefit from it as well.